right, there we are. Good morning and evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John Gray, and this is Just Plain Living.
Good morning, John.
Hi,
I'm Peggy
Peggy.
Burton, still there.
Still
here.
living.
Still standing.
We made it. We made it. Hey, it is fall. It's getting ready to get a little bit cool. The leaves, Halloween's gone.
I can tell I have leaves up to my knees.
Everybody has leaves up to their knees.
And I had turkeys this morning strutting through my yard.
Oh, did you?
Bunch of turkeys, yeah. Don't tell anybody. Somebody will come and kill one.
It's that time. Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday. For me, it's the most overlooked holiday.
It is overlooked, and I find that sad.
It is sad because you think about back when it all started, there was a bunch of stragglers who took a ship or two and came from Europe to the United States of America. They starving to death. And a bunch of Indians walked up to them and said, "Y'all need something to eat?"
And they had it.
And they had Thanksgiving.
Corn on the cob and
corn
everything
on
else.
The cob. That's right, and fed real well. Of course, it's horrible what we ended up doing to the American Indian after they treated us so nice.
I know.
That's the most disastrous story that you can tell about.
Trail of Tears.
Trail of Tears.
Breaks your heart.
All the slaughtering that was done. I watched Kevin Costner the other day. A movie came on. I love movies. I watch a lot of movies. Dances with Wolves.
I love that movie.
And
That's
it
a great
is
movie.
one of the most beautiful movies. If you've never seen it, find it and watch it. About the American Indian and how they lived and who they really were, and what the United States government did to them.
I know. It's a fascinating story, and I'm fond of Kevin Costner anyway, but he does
well,
good
and
work.
the thing about it is this wolf, he's out at the camp all by himself, a little old hovel, and it's supposed to be a fort station, and there ain't nothing there.
Nothing.
And all of a sudden this wolf starts looking at him, and so he starts messing with that wolf, and at the end that wolf goes everywhere he goes, and he gets to where he can feed him out of his hand, and it's just a beautiful story.
It really is.
Beautiful story.
It's been a while since I've seen it, but I saw it when it first came out.
Now, Thanksgiving is a week from Thursday.
Thanksgiving is a week from Thursday, which just blows my mind. And by the way, this weekend on Sunday the 24th, we're having the Young Musicians Showcase at South Jackson Performing Arts Center.
Yes.
It starts at 2:30, and these are cream of the crop instrumentalists out of the high school right here in Tullahoma.
Right.
The beauty of these students, they're doing something that their mama can't do for them, practicing a lot.
Yeah.
They're wonderful. It's all classical. They'll be dressed to the nines. It's just a wonderful event, and I urge people to come out and encourage these young people.
Speaking about classical, Andrew Todd, our famous, the voice of the South, Andrew Todd, came in the other day, and he always preps me on new music.
Yeah.
And he said, John Batiste, who is the Grammy Award-winning blues and jazz player from New Orleans, has released an album of, I think it's either Chopin or Beethoven.
That's interesting.
And Andrew, he said he heard the first song and it just absolutely blew his mind.
It's interesting to me that I don't know if a lot of people, but I do know some jazz artists that have taken like Claire de Lune and a lot of these famous classical pieces and added a jazz lick to it.
Yeah.
It is different. It's
yeah,
different.
so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that.
I find myself as a purist when it comes to the music. I love the way Chopin wrote his music.
Sure.
I don't want anybody messing with it, but it is fascinating what they do with it.
Well, but if you get somebody like this who takes that music and rearranges some of it, it gets it in front of people who would never go listen to Chopin.
Go listen to it. That's right.
Maybe when they get through with this, they might go back and find the original.
Exactly.
So it's a good thing.
It is a good thing.
I hope Chopin's family gets a little pub off of it.
Well, I love jazz, and jazz can go in many directions. And most of the great writers from back in the day have their songs, little bits and pieces of them taken out and put in
everything,
popular
everywhere.
music, Broadway shows, and just it's like taking a lick out of something that you love the sound of.
Sure. Well, that's like what is that song that Jacob sang? Na, 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 na. Na 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 na, do 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 do, do 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 do.
I don't know what it is.
And come to me like sweet September. Da 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 da. Da, 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 da,
Yeah, now I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Da, da, da. Well, the thing about it is, a lot of those songs had a preamble to them
Right.
that is not the same melody, maybe, or not the same meter that is sung before the song that
Before
we
the song
itself
itself,
even
yeah.
starts. And I think that is absolutely amazing how that's done. That's real writing right there.
You find that in a lot of music where a lot of people have taken that verse part and not sung
They
it.
don't sing
And they
it.
go sing the rest of it, but there's something in that verse that needs
It's
to
the
be said,
setup
yeah.
for the whole
It's
thing.
the setup, right.
And that's what real writers like that used to write, Rodgers and Hammerstein and people
Right.
like that who wrote in New York, who were absolutely brilliant writers. Not artists,
Brilliant writer.
brilliant
yes.
writers.
George
And
Gershwin.
so, yeah, Gershwin.
When I stop
Play
and
me
think
a
of
Gershwin
when I
song.
stop and think of jazz, I think of
Yeah.
George Gershwin, Rhapsody in Blue, which I listen to most of my life.
Hey, somebody else we've got going. We've got Dory Henniger on today because in December they're going to have the tour of homes, which is done
Right,
every year.
And I think something people need to be looking forward to is Becky Buller is on her way here right now.
She's here today.
Yes, she wants to be on early because she has to get to Nashville. I
Well,
hope everybody has that nailed down because
is she
sitting
here?
there. Well, she probably is, but she is on. She was on her way when I
Okay.
checked my phone.
Very good. We need to get started with
we-
with my nonsense then.
We
don't
have some Kiwanis people coming on, and
some who?
Kiwanis.
Kiwanis?
Yeah,
Kiwanis.
am I saying it right? Kiwanis. I never could spell it. Anyway,
Hey,
great group.
I want to read a couple of things here, of course, because that's what I do. I found this, and I thought, when and why did I do this?
Well, let's think about it.
The title of it is Rat Tat Skittle Dat.
Rat tat skittle dat.
Yep. Rat Tat Skittle Dat, Doodle-dee-dee, Doodle-dee-doo, it's rise and shine time. Get up with you. It's Sunday morning and I feel brand new. There's a fresh pasture full of cud to chew. I better get started or I'll never get through. Now wait a minute. I can do what I want to do. 'Cause it's up to me. It's not up to you. Think I'll roll back over for another wink or two. Rat scat, diddle dat, doodle dee doo.
You should make that into a song. Rat scat. Say it again. Rat scat.
And then here's something, and when I wrote this, and it makes sense and it's true, but in a way now I read it and I think it might be a little bit tactful,
Oh, okay.
okay? But it's not meant that way. This is called tolerance. And this is part of this is in the Bible, so you can't, but it is.
We all need a little tolerance.
It's not wise to spew forth fertile seed on rotten soil, as the outcome may be beyond your tolerance. Now, I guess the definition of rotten soil is what comes to play there.
Right.
And it doesn't necessarily mean somebody on the other side.
Right.
You know, where everybody thinks the other side's rotten soil right now in what we're doing around here. And this is my new Loku book right here. This is just, I just got this printed by McMurray's. Cat Murray does a lot of printing for me.
How much is your book?
Huh?
How much is your book?
This book's $25.
And it's
This
full
book has 365 short
Lokus.
Lokus. It's a Loku is something I designed because I went to a poet meeting one night. The lady was excited because she'd been, I've told this before, published in a haiku book, and I didn't know what the hell it was.
Oh, yeah.
And she explained it to me, and I thought, well, that's way too many rules.
Right.
So
you come up
Loku
with
is,
Loku.
and no titles, no title, no rhyme.
Right.
And so this is a rear title collection of short, unrelated ideas that, when joined together, create an image which hopefully sparks the joy of imagination.
I like it.
And I gave one of these to Maggie Vaughn, and Maggie Vaughn's our state poet laureate and lives down in Bell Buckle, and one of the most beautiful and insightful and wise women that I've ever run across. Wrote no telling how many songs for Loretta Lynn. She and Loretta Lynn wrote together.
That's interesting.
And she wrote for the, I think it was the Tennessean.
I think she did.
No,
yeah.
either the Tennessean or the Banner. I can't remember which one. And I gave her one of these, and she said, "This is amazing." She said, "Is there anything I can do to help you?" And I said, she had a publishing house in Bell Buckle, for a while, and she doesn't do that anymore. And I said, it would be nice if someone would write me a foreword for this book. And she said, I will do that.
That's great. Do you want to read it?
Well, it's a little bit more than, I told Fran, I don't know if I can do this, because it's quite boastful.
Well,
And she said, well, you didn't write it, Maggie did.
that's right.
John Gray has a way with words. Haiku is a form of poetry that is very popular today. John's unbridled mind has created a new form of poetry, Loku. He says more in a few lines than most poets say in a page. His imagination is brilliant, and his writings are genius. He has the mind of Einstein, the wisdom of Twain, and the depth of Faulkner. You will relate to every word and thought, and you will relive your life through his revelations. Margaret Britton Vaughn, Tennessee State Poet Laureate.
I think that's beautiful. Now make sure you live up to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I told Fran, I said, well, what do you mean,
You do,
Twain?
you do.
I said, no, I'm not going to put, Fran said, you didn't write it, Maggie wrote it.
I know, it's
So
beautiful.
here's a couple of things that will go along with the time we're in right now. No, this is 59, number 59. No, my name is not Tom. That is not a beard hanging under my chin. I don't strut and fan the feathers arched on my butt. Why? Because it's the wrong time of year to be a damn turkey. And then this one right here, there's a couple right here. Turkey, dressing, cranberries, beans, pie, walkers and canes support aches and pains, silver hair, no hair, all glad that they're there at the senior center, at the center, thankful to be seniors. So
I guess we all need to be thankful to be a senior. It's good to be
Yes,
thankful
it
to be a
is.
senior.
And this is for all you guys who feel the way I do. 2 purses, 4 purses, 6 purses more. Everywhere I look, there's purses galore. In the closet, the bath, on the bed, on the floor. I can't figure out what they're all for. I carry all my stuff in 2 pockets and a wallet.
That's a good one.
And then this is for you ladies. I love this. daily dressed as if she were off to work, hair and face done to a T, pep back in her step thanks to a brand new knee. Mind is sharp, facts and wit still there. She'll never be old enough not to care. Proudly, she's a charter member of the Not Quite Wilted Ladies Club. Lilies Club.
Lilies Club.
Not Quite Wilted Lilies Club.
That's cute.
So, you know, I saw a commercial on TV with, what's his name? That makes the Tesla cars, sends rocket ships up.
I do know who that is.
Elon Musk.
Elon, yeah.
His mother was left with 2 children at the death of her husband. She's about 30 years old, and she raised those kids in Europe. And she is a beautiful woman. She's a model. And I saw her at 89 years old in a commercial for one facial cream.
Yeah.
And she's the one that said, who says how old is old? And she said, or when when you don't care.
When you don't care.
And it's when you don't care. And it shows her walking across the street in New York City, and she's absolutely drop dead
Dressed
gorgeous.
to the nines, that's right.
At
She is
89
beautiful.
years old. So it only goes away if you let it go away. And if you don't care, you get to where you don't care, then it fades pretty quickly.
Fades pretty fast.
So with that said, we got a lot of people going to be on this show today, so what we're going to do is get to a quick commercial break and get started.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere. Like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with disodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at shecanstem.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop's Accurate Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
People in Tennessee are starting a movement.
Ouch. Thank you.
To clean up the litter on our roadways. Litter hurts our environment and endangers wildlife, and it affects our quality of life.
Here, grab me. Thank you.
Help keep our state litter-free.
Let's roll!
Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com and be a part of the solution to end littering.
Saving the best for last.
That's right. Nobody trashes Tennessee.
All right, folks, we got the real thing right here on set
Keith,
with us.
I don't want to hear the rest of that.
I got called Miss Becky Buller, and we're just so excited to have you here, Becky, because you're going to do a show at South Jackson Civic
I
Center.
know. Thank you, Peggy, for having me back.
We're thrilled that you're
band.
coming. This is her Christmas show, and it's going to be unique and just for us.
It is, yes.
And
on,
guess what I heard?
Sunday, December 8th, yes.
I heard a little whisper out there that the Roamster was going to be there.
Yes, we have a very special guest who's
That's
joining
awesome.
us. My daughter, Romy Haley, is going to be up there singing Mary Macaroni Art.
I love
she
it.
Recorded that with me on my Christmas
Mary
record.
Macaroni Art?
Yes.
And how old is she now?
She's 11.
I love it.
That is awesome.
And she's very excited. She's 5 foot tall now.
Oh my.
That's a big deal. That's a
She
really
have
big
the
deal.
curls?
You know what? She has beautiful, thick, straight hair. It's got a little bit of a wave to it, and it's brown. It's like her cousin Mimi's hair.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think it's
And
great. bringing her
something
on
else
stage.
that's very important that a lot of you folks might not know is Becky's mom and dad are now living in Manchester.
They are.
They made the move from the cold
They
north
did.
down to the south.
They
That's
have,
awesome.
They have relocated.
Are they happy?
I don't know. I'll have to ask him here in a minute.
Not that you have time.
Well, Fran has seen them quite a few times, and
Yeah.
she thinks that they seem to be adjusting quite well.
Yeah, I think they're looking forward to a Tennessee winter as opposed to a Minnesota winter.
They'll love it.
A little bit
Yeah,
less snow.
oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We want you to be sure and get your tickets. They're on sale, been on sale for a while, and the tickets are going fast for December 8th at 7 o'clock in the evening, and we're thrilled to death to have you back, Becky.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
we
you.
are.
We've watched you grow up.
Oh, yeah. We'll be doing a mix of songs that I've written or co-written, and then we'll do some sing-along stuff and that everybody knows, and we'll hope that y'all will join in with us. It'll be a lot of fun.
I'd love to hear one.
Yeah.
You ready?
All right. Well, yes, I hope so. It's early yet. This is called The Box. I wrote this with April Verge. I stared out the frosty window as the sunlight danced on sparkling snow. In a fragrant hush of evergreen, cedar, cinnamon, and clove. Surrounded by familiar voices joining in, oh come Emmanuel. The Advent candle flickered as the brethren told us of the first Noel. My little hand tugged Grandma's sleeve, I loudly whispered, is it finally time? Caught my daddy's eye and sat back down. Mama simply smiled. At that moment I knew she remembered, and my heart beat wildly at the thought of Mama climbing down the ladder from the attic, carrying the box. Tucked beneath the tinsel, the pine cone wreaths and lights on tangled strings. Under crocheted snowflakes, hand-stitched birds and stars were found my favorite thing. I carefully unwrapped the fragile pieces from their paper one by one. All right, here we go. Sorry. The angels and the shepherds, Mary, Joseph, and their baby son. I arranged and rearranged them all until I knew that I had it just right. I laid Jesus in the manger like God had done on that holy night. The firstborn over all creation, come to earth to reign as Prince of Peace. The perfect gift given at the perfect time to save a world in need. Oh, firstborn over all creation, come to earth to reign as Prince of Peace. The perfect gift given at the perfect time to save you and me.
Love it.
Becky Buller, ladies and gentlemen.
A great tribute.
Beautiful.
Great tribute to
Beautifully
Christmas.
done.
Thank you.
Did you write that recently?
No,
Have you
actually-
written that some time ago?
Yeah, we wrote it several years ago over the computer. I do a lot of Zoom, writing these days, and which is great because that makes it so I can write with anybody in the world.
That's right. That's awesome.
I love it. Yeah, so I could do a couple hours of co-writing and then go run off and pick up Romy from school.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can do a lot of things today that you couldn't do 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
it's amazing.
It is.
Well,
yeah.
we're thrilled to death with what you
Thank
do,
you.
Becky. I feel like that there's not many people in this world that can play a guitar, keep their mind on a song, crawl out of bed and come here early, ready to sing.
With
That's
large
awesome.
hair.
I love it.
Yeah, well, I'm going for best gospel hair in a non-gospel format.
There you go. You got it. You got
That's
it.
that's
Now-
one of Ned's jokes. Ned Luberecki, our banjo player, who, by the way, since the last time I was here, he was inducted into the Banjo Hall of Fame.
That is awesome.
Yep, down in Oklahoma City, they have the Banjo Museum. And he was inducted into the Hall of Fame there on October 12th. So we're really, really proud of him.
And he works radio as well, doesn't
He does. He's on Sirius XM Satellite Radio's Bluegrass Junction, channel 77. And he is normally on there Saturday nights and then Sunday afternoon. And he teaches banjo on the radio. If you want to learn how to play the banjo, just tune in on Sunday afternoons for More Banjo Sunday.
For More Banjo Sunday.
Now, let's get down to a couple of really important things.
Oh, boy.
How's the hunky husband?
A hunky husband.
Huh?
He's good. He's good.
Is his band, are they playing out some?
They are, but I think they're done for the year. He
Yeah.
doesn't tell me anything. So I have to look at his website
To
to find
see
out
what
what's
he's
going
doing.
on. Yeah. And he doesn't look at my website to see what's going on either. But it's kind of charming, that
Sure it
he's,
is.
He's very analog.
And
you know,
he
he's
has
not
his
a
own
digital
world.
kind of a guy. He's
Right,
very
right.
analog. He's old-timey,
He
which
is.
I love about him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he loves history.
he does.
And
Yep.
he was a very good friend with Bob Couch, my wife's father. And I met him probably before I met you.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. So my husband's name is Jeff Haley, and he's part of the Mountain Ridge Five, which is a local bluegrass group. He plays guitar with them. And if you want to know anything about Camp Forest and the maneuvers that happened here to prepare the boys to go fight at the D-Day invasion
He's
in
got
World
it.
War II, he's the guy you need to talk to.
Now, the second, have you had any spectacular pimento cheese anywhere lately on your travels?
You know what? You haven't brought me any of your homemade pimento cheese
I know
lately.
it, and I say that because I'm getting ready to make a bunch. Are you going to
Okay.
be home through the holidays?
You know what?
Basically.
I'm in and out. So the South Jackson show on December 8th is actually
That's your last
It's our
one.
last show of the season. So come celebrate with us the end of the year, and also, of course, help us celebrate the Christmas season in a bluegrass sort of way.
And I believe we have the Christmas trees all decorated for
right.
your show.
So is that in the hallways?
Yes.
It'll be in the hallways, and I think there's one on each side of the stage, either on the floor or on the stage.
And a couple of rooms in the back. The
Oh,
Donald
yeah.
London Hall will be full.
Many. It's beautiful.
Great.
It'll be beautiful, and
Great.
you'll just be the cream of the cake. You're it.
Well,
Yeah.
you know,
We're excited.
you can't know, or you can, but I just want to reiterate the fact of how proud we are of you, our Coffee County girl who's transplanted Coffee County girl
Yeah.
who has
Made us look good.
done such an outstanding job in the industry that you're in. It's not an easy thing to do.
And the awards you've won are
And
fabulous.
awards you won, and you know it's really helpful to have talent, and a stick. You know, I mean, Becky is my superhero. On her bills, playbills, and stuff. They look like comic book covers. I think your marketing is just brilliant.
Well, thank you.
And to go along with that beautiful voice and that incredible mind that shares the depth of Becky Buller and all the stuff that happens around her with the rest of us, because sometimes we can't voice our opinions very well, and it's when we find somebody like you who can tell our story through your songs, it's a wonderful thing.
Would you like to take us out with just a little bit of a tune?
Yeah. Do I have 2 more seconds to talk about?
Sure. Yeah, whatever you want.
So we have
You got a whole show if you want it.
No. There's a bunch of people out there waiting to come
I
on
know.
in here, so I want to get out of the way for them. But I did want to mention that we're going to be doing our annual Ugly Christmas Sweater Contest on my Facebook page. I don't know. I need to count up, what year this is, because I've lost count of how many years we've been doing this. But Romy told me, no, Mom, you've got to do this again this year. It's tradition. You have to do it.
There you go.
And so get your ugly Christmas sweaters ready, and I'm going to announce that very soon. On my social media. You can get to all my social media pages by going to BeckyBuller.com. That's BeckyBuller.com. And my last name is spelled just like it sounds. B as in boy, U-L-L-E-R. And by the way, I think we're going to announce thank you. Without that extra E.
Okay, take out one of the E's.
Take out the E in the middle. That would be Bueller, but no relation to Ferris. Yes, but anyway, the Ugly Christmas Sweater Contest, we're going to announce a winner on Wednesday after our December 8th show. So let's see, that'd be the 9, 10, what, is that the 11th? Maybe? I'm working without a calendar here. So, take you out with a song. What could you guys sing with me?
Oh, gosh, I don't know, but...
What is, I can't think of the one that I love so much that you did to close your show at South Jackson the first time you were there. And it goes to a different thing at the end. Ride On By? Probably.
Probably.
I know that doesn't. It just isn't quite as so magical without the rest of the band in it.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
it's not really Christmas.
Whatever.
But what about?
I'll tell you what. What about the barber?
Silent Night is
the
fine.
barber.
Let's do the Silent Night. Sing with me, okay?
Silent Night.
Y'all sing with us too out there in TV land, and everybody in the back room. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright around yon virgin mother and child. Holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
December 8th, don't forget.
Becky Buller, ladies and gentlemen, our local hometown hero. Thank you, Beck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you
Thank
very
you all.
much for
Love
being
y'all
here.
so much.
We love you too.
The Bookshelf in Tullahoma is the fundraising arm of the Coffee County Literacy Council. Since 1988, the Literacy Council's goal and purpose has been to support and promote adult basic education in Coffee County. We enable individuals to complete their high school equivalency exam, which helps them get better jobs or continue into higher education. The Bookshelf at 114 Southwest Atlantic Street in Tullahoma is where we sell used books which are donated to us by the community. Come see us, bring your books to donate, and join us as you find every genre of books that you can imagine.
I had a knee replacement, so they've got me in life care, which I'm very, very thankful for. I couldn't garden, I couldn't do my flower beds, I can't chase my little dogs. I have been in several therapy sessions for knees and back, and that's the best therapist I believe I've ever been to. It's tremendous because I'm able to walk again, but if it wasn't for the care, I wouldn't be where I am.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Is this the year you want to get fit? If so, check out just some of the things Tullahoma Parks and Rec has to offer. Kickboxing, aerobics, silver sneakers workouts, swim lessons, boot camp, water aerobics, basketball, Zumba, yoga, pickleball, lap swimming, treadmill, karate. Get fit, Tullahoma, and have some fun with Tullahoma Parks and Rec.
Parkview Senior Living, active, independent senior living at its finest.
Do you love sports? Then you should know about STEM. Because maximizing nutrition, analyzing peak muscle performance, calculating the perfect shot, and more are all made possible by science, technology, engineering, and math. In fact, there are more careers than ever in sports science. So if you have a passion for sports, then think about getting involved in STEM and improve everyone's game on and off the field. Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to have two nice ladies here with me today. See, that's one of the great things about doing this. I get to deal with all kinds of nice people. And today we've got Dory Henninger with me and Gigi Robinson, and this is about the Parade of Homes, which has been done. God, Gigi, how many years has it been done?
Oh, for years and years. We had to take a little break during COVID.
Right.
But we were able to do a garden tour. One of those years where it was outside.
Right.
When we were not inside homes, but
it's at least 20 years it's been going on.
Oh, yes, it's been done for years, yes.
And this is to raise money for?
The Tullahoma Daycare Center, which is not just a daycare center, it's also a learning facility. And
where is that located?
On Trinity Lane, right behind the Trinity Lutheran Church.
There you go. That's what I thought.
It's a really good, we were very fortunate. We've got a wonderful staff. They not only care for the kids, they love the kids. And that's what's really, really important.
One of their big priorities is to have all of their, the children ready when they graduate from Tullahoma Daycare and go to kindergarten. They are so prepared for kindergarten. And our kindergarten teachers in our Tullahoma City schools are so happy when they get students from Tullahoma Daycare because they know they're going to be ready for kindergarten.
Louis Baldwin was there for ever and ever and ever.
He visited there this week. He was there visiting this week.
And Louis is a great guy and a great citizen. I'm so glad that Louis and Ann found out that they weren't happy in Florida and moved back to Tullahoma.
Came back.
Yes.
We
Yes.
missed them.
That
They
was a
weren't gone
blessing.
long, but
Yeah.
we missed them.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
And Emma Coleman is our director,
Yes.
and she has been the director
So she's
there
wonderful
now
as well. Now she's been on the show numerous times,
Yes,
and,
she has.
and you're welcome. She's welcome to come. And y'all, anytime you want to come and promote something, that's what we do.
Okay.
Well, she's a Tullahoma treasure.
Oh, she
Yes,
is.
she is.
She is. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Now, tell us a little bit, Dory, about what takes place in the tour homes and how someone can get involved with that.
We have 5 homes that we're featuring, and plus the South Jackson Civic Center for their Trees of Christmas. The 5 homes are, our citizens have opened up their homes for us to show. We have people going through their homes. We have 4. We have a home that was that's a 1901 home, so that's really, really exciting for us, and they've tried to update it, not really update it, but keep it in the period. So that was
Right,
kind of
right.
a fun. There are different variety of houses. There are different styles, and then afterwards or during that, you can go to the auction, which will be held at South Jackson Civic Center in the auditorium. We have a very generous community that has donated lots of wonderful things. Great time to start your Christmas shopping or finish your Christmas shopping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Now, I think they shown the house in town.
This is the Williams' house. It's on Country Club Drive.
Right.
And they have refurbished the inside.
There it is.
That's the house that was built in 1901. It has been in the family since then. And she has done a marvelous job restoring it.
And they're such nice people.
Oh, yeah, they're
And
wonderful.
it
The Bowdens,
is
yes.
always, and I guess part of it's a B&B.
I don't think so.
Don't
no.
think so?
Mm-mm, no.
Okay. But,
It is so wonderful.
now here's some of the
community
things
that-
you can bid on at the we're going to go through some auction items right now while we're talking
Okay.
about what's going on.
So we have, this quilt was made by the Trinity Lutheran Church, I believe, the ladies. We've got some other quilts that were made by the ladies. And like I said, the businesses in Tullahoma are so supportive of this event and the children. And that's for me, that is just so inspiring. It makes me want to shop Tullahoma. It makes me want to keep things in our community because they support their
Sure,
yeah.
sure, heavens yes.
Mhm.
You know, and I say this, and we're fortunate to have what big box stores we have that come here,
Mhm.
but you know they're not real good about sharing money.
No, they're not.
It's all of our local businesses are the people who support all of the wonderful things that happen in this town, the soft side of Tullahoma.
Exactly.
Your group, everything from the Science Center to South Jackson to the
Oh.
football team, the band, you know,
Mhm.
everything that gets supported in this town is supported by local business.
And that's
and individuals as
Yes.
well.
And for these individuals to open their home.
Oh, yeah.
For us to be able to use that, and it's people love to do that, and it's you know exciting, and you can go and
Well,
visit.
and yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
So you know we really appreciate them being willing to open their home.
And it's interesting because people are so excited about showing their homes. We already have 2 homes designated for next year.
Well, and that was one of my questions. I was going to see, you know, how do you decide who's going to be one? You usually do what? 5
houses.
homes.
We have 5 venues, yes.
And so,
And people just open up their homes. It's word of mouth, basically.
well, and what's fun to me is I remember when Ben Mahan they opened their house out there, and it's fun to see how people decorate.
Yes.
And I mean, I've done decorating in my life for restaurants and stuff like that, interior design, which is kind of crazy, but I've done that. The architect used to say, "Okay, Gray, put your pantyhose on today. We need you to do so and so." You know, and here I am, a framer, a construction framer. You know, so but I did some interior design, so it's interesting to me. I like. fabrics and stuff like that. I like to see fabrics, and I like to see the little, of course, we all have too many little things we've got.
Stuff.
There's only so many things can go on a flat surface. Fried eggs are perfect on a flat surface.
Yeah.
But to see how they decorate their home and everything like that, and it's just gorgeous what's there.
Oh, it's real exciting because everybody decorates so different.
Oh, certainly.
And this one may be all out, and then this one may be very reserved, but it's beautiful. So it's kind of exciting to see how people bring the holidays home.
Well, I always say Georgia had a room upstairs in the Mahan house where she started at the bottom with a light sand color paint, and it changed stripes about this wide all the way to black at the top of the wall.
Wow.
And everything in there was sort of desert type stuff, and it was just, I was just blown away by that room.
Well, we encourage people to please buy your ticket and
absolutely.
How much is a ticket?
$25.
$25. And how can they get them?
You can purchase your ticket online at TullahomaDaycare.com.
Okay.
Or you can purchase them at several locations around town. And I know Clayton's Shoes, the Yellow Tulip, Smart Bank,
Flower Shop.
The Flower Shop. I don't want to miss anybody.
There's about 5 or 6 businesses, and also you can purchase them the day of the event. Just at the houses.
At the houses.
I'm gonna do a little marketing here, if you don't mind. But you mentioned Yellow Tulip, and I'm one who says, I remember the days when you had a customer, you protected your customer.
Yeah.
Now we need to know that one thing we as citizens can do is know about all these little stores. Instead of protecting your customer and not wanting them to go somewhere else because they might spend some money there instead of with you, it's your job when somebody comes to your store and you don't have what they want, you need to know where to tell them to go.
Oh, absolutely.
To where that money stays here and it stays local. And so we all need to go around and go in these small little new stores and I hadn't been in there before. Well, go. They might, they might have a candle that smells the way you want it to
and you
smell.
can find it on the, you can go to Tullahoma Daycare Facebook page if you're on social media, or you can go to the website and it will list the locations where you can purchase tickets in advance if you want to, or do them online. Or as Dory said, you can just go to the first house that you want to visit, and you can purchase your ticket there, and then
go on.
Then you receive an armband, and you'll go from house to house.
But it's a wonderful thing to do, and that's on a Sunday afternoon, and
December the 8th.
It's like going on it's like taking a little trip through Wonderland.
Very much so. Very much so.
And you get to see how the other folks do what they do, and you might catch an idea where when you go home, you might go, that would look pretty good right over here.
Yes, exactly.
Get the paintbrush out, baby.
Exactly.
I know. I don't want to miss. I want to also mention this. Team Michelle. You can buy tickets there, and Traders Bank on Jackson Street.
Okay.
I think that's the locations where you can purchase tickets.
That place is amazing. I've looked at that place forever and ever when it was white adobe.
Scott and I actually looked. Our children grew up here in Tullahoma, and we moved away for about 10 years. Scott's job took him away, and when we came back, we had sold our house. We were looking for another house, and we actually had looked at that house because it was for sale. But we had decided that it needed a lot of...
Yeah, that's a monster project.
Yes, it was a monster project, and at our age, we were not ready to do that. And it was so exciting when we talked to Jeannie to go into that house to see, I remember what it looked like when we looked at it versus what she has done with it. It was unbelievable. And I don't think I would have had the imagination to do what she did to that house. It's just fabulous.
That color is a hard color. And when I first saw that and they painted that color, I thought that is a whole lot of that.
Yes.
I don't really know if I like it or not, but the more the more they've done what they've done around the house. I mean, they added a huge garage, and they have taken ownership of that whole corner right there.
The landscaping.
The
If you ride by there,
and
there's something
decorating
in bloom
all the time.
all the time.
You know, when we lived on Washington Street, Yvonne and Waylon Long lived in the house before we bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Those old houses like that, 16-foot ceilings.
Yes.
There wasn't any heat and air.
No.
It was cold. And in the summertime, you open the windows up. That's why the ceilings were so high. And outside every window, there was some kind of plant that had a smell. Lilac would be blooming when it would go away. The honeysuckle would come out. So, because the windows were always open, those people were smart enough to have something smelling good
Yes.
coming wafting through the house, you know. And it's just amazing. I'm so proud of them and what they've done with that place.
I really like to see, I have an old heart, and I really like to see old homes turned into what they've turned that home in. I think, you know, we concentrate on all the new, but there's so much
We've not done a good job in Tullahoma with our old buildings and our old homes.
Absolutely. I agree with you there, because
we've not done a very good job of that.
Because there's so much history
There is. One thing, I know Dory mentioned it, but people might not have picked up on, is that with your ticket, when you come to South Jackson for the silent auction, you also can go and see all the trees of Christmas there at South Jackson.
Yeah.
And they are beautiful, and different businesses and,
heavens,
organizations decorate those trees. And so that's also a part of your ticket, that you get to go into South Jackson and to see the trees. So we hope people will enjoy that.
Fran, Alzheimer's Tennessee has a tree there, and June Ellen Blanks is one of the volunteers with us, and she's been working on that tree for a year.
Oh wow!
You know, that's how seriously people take.
They're beautiful.
The trees, and of course she's a delightful young woman. I say young woman, young lady.
And we also have parking arranged. I know some people are a little concerned about parking. We have parking. A lot of our husbands have volunteered to be parking attendants, and so we've got parking pretty much situated.
Good. That's wonderful.
It'll be easy. It will make it easy for you to get in and out.
Okay, so what we need to do is say again, that is December
8th.
Starts at
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock
till 5:30.
And you have heard numerous times where you can pick up a ticket, but if you don't remember that, just go to the first house.
That's right.
That you want to visit. You can buy your ticket there, get a wristband, and off you go.
Yes, and we just encourage you to invite your friends, grab somebody to come with you, and make a day of it. And all the proceeds from this go back into the daycare. 100% of the proceeds go back into the daycare. So,
ladies, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate you. And thank both of you, because two of y'all do so much in our community.
Oh, well, thank you.
To help Tullahoma be the town it is. And without folks like you, you know, a lot of the wonderful things that happen around here, the soft side, plus the hard stuff like educating our children properly, wouldn't get done. And I personally just want to thank both of you for what you have done personally to make Tullahoma the kind of place it is. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so with that said, folks, we'll be back in a minute with probably some nonsense. You never can tell.
Hi, my name is Ringo. Here at Barkview Senior Living, they're human-friendly. That's why I love it here, and so does my senior human. When they want a bite, they get chef-prepared meals, and so do I. Movies in the theater, day trips, walks on the trail, and other senior humans to play with. The grass and the grounds are exquisite. It's everything my human needs to be healthy and active. Barkview. A Parkview Senior Living. For your dog's best friend, you.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how's sketches, ready? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
To the left. To the right. Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
We teach Parkinson's patients how to move big and not let the Parkinson's slow them down. I've had patients I've treated in-house that could not even stand up, could not roll over in the bed, left the facility walking with a walker, have come back to us in outpatient and continued their big program and are now completely, handling life. The success of the program is just phenomenal.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
Hi, I'm Smokey Bear, and I'm an assistant to help you prevent wildfires.
Dude, I've got this. I've been camping since I was 5 years old.
But I am a camping influencer.
You know what? I'll bet you $5. Okay. Assistant Smokey, what is the best way to put out a campfire?
To put out a campfire, drown with water, stir, drown again. Then make sure the fire is out cold by feeling with the back of your hand.
Wait, really?
I'll take the $5.
Hey Tennessee, Ross Chastain here, the guy who likes to smash watermelons on the front stretch at Nashville Super Speedway. But you know what I never smash? Safety rules. Racing's all about control, and the same goes for life on the road. So use your melon and don't mix drinking and driving. It's like trying to race with a busted engine. Be a pit crew hero, and if you've had a few, pass the keys to a sober friend, because we're all racing toward a safer Tennessee, and we want you there at the finish line.
Welcome back. I'm always excited to have a club here that services people in the community, and we're welcoming back the Kiwanis Club. And I'm going to start with Charla Graves, who is the president of Tullahoma Kiwanis Club.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have with you Diane and Hope.
Yes.
And we're going to try to talk about a fundraising event for Toys for Tots.
Yes, ma'am. We are partnering with McAllister's Deli, which is where Hope is from. She's the general manager there. And we are going to have a Toys for Tots Tuesday. And so that's going to happen on December the 3rd. We will be there to help serve guests that evening, clear their plates, fill their cups. And what will happen is during that time period between 4:30 and 8, 10% of the proceeds that evening will go to the Toys for Tots Foundation.
So everybody needs to grab their family and go have dinner, or what is the hours on this?
So starting at 4:30, they can come in, they can place their orders, call them in, drive through the pickup window and pick that up. They can get an order to go. We really are absolutely happy to serve them any way they choose is best for their family. If they do come in, they leave a cash tip on the table. That is also going to go to the Kiwanis Club as well.
Very nice.
Absolutely. And I'm quite certain that you will be happy to accept cash donations as well. We're just super happy to support the community that supports us so well.
What a wonderful thing to do. And so they pay for their meal. Their tip goes to Kiwanis to give to Toys for Tots on Tuesday.
If they leave a cash tip on the table.
Right. Oh, if they leave it on the table.
I don't have a way to separate it if they leave it on their card. So
see.
be prepared to leave cash on the table, and that will be absolutely theirs.
And you are open all day, but this particular event is 4 o'clock until
8. Correct.
4 o'clock until 8. What a great thing to do.
It's a pleasure.
And how did you all get them to do this?
Well, we were there having a lunch because we go there really often. It's one of our favorite places to go. And we were inquiring about fundraising activities.
And where are you located?
We're at 1500 North Jackson Street in the old Radio Shack building.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we asked to speak with the general manager, and Hope came over and was explaining what the opportunities were. And so she was saying that they were a Toys for Tots drop-off center. And we support Toys for Tots, and we have for, probably 20 years. Every year we make a donation to Toys for Tots.
That's
and we
wonderful.
thought, what a great way for us to do both, support Toys for Tots and partner with another member of the community.
Sure.
And maybe we could certainly make a big difference.
And enjoy a good meal at the same time.
Absolutely.
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 And Diane, you are here as a member of
Correct.
Tullahoma Kiwanis.
Yes.
And what is your job in all this? Just to support?
I will be working that night. Right now, I am the chairman of the Community Service Project, so this was kind of under the headline of what I do in the club.
Oh, good. And
you,
this Toys for Tot thing is going to be going on for, I guess, starting now. Can they bring something if they
Yes,
like?
absolutely.
And we need to talk about what they can bring.
Absolutely. That is a new toy in its original packaging. Books, you know, kids love books. We hope
Right.
they love books, and we want to encourage that reading. Beyond new, you can always check the Toys for Tots website. Make sure that what you're wanting to submit is something they accept. We are a drop-off location. I want to say the 20th or the 21st is the last day that the box will be in the store.
Okay, so you have a box there.
There is a
People
box.
can come in and drop their stuff
Absolutely,
in the box.
right at the front door. As soon as they walk in, they can't miss it. It's right there.
What a wonderful thing to do. And are there other businesses that do that around town?
The fire station is
Fire
a drop-off.
station's wonderful for that. I know that.
Down on South Jackson.
Tullahoma Vision also has a box.
That's right.
Tullahoma Vision. That's where I go to try to see. Anyway, it's a wonderful event, and I think that if you will just when you're out shopping, grab one extra toy. And I think age groups, is there an age idea that you want to have in mind, or just Toys for Tots?
Probably
We're talking
for
about little
any
people?
age up to age 18.
Oh, okay.
Right. So, and I would say that's probably, lots of people like to give the toddler toys, which is wonderful. They need that. But I would say they probably also need a lot of toys for older kids as well, because that's kind of a group that doesn't get as much.
And it all has to be a toy, or a toy,
book.
or something that you can use for fun, I guess.
Something to make their Christmas brighter.
And how does people get those toys? Like people in the community that feel like they need the toys, how do they get them?
If I'm correct, they can reach out again through that Toys for Tots website.
Yes.
And register.
And register. And will they be delivered, or will they be go and pick it up?
No, so Toys for Tots will come and retrieve from all of their drop locations that box and all the toys that we've collected, and then they distribute.
They distribute to the people that have written in and want to.
And they'll give further instructions as we come to that holiday time, and they are distributing. They will give the recipients instructions
I'm just thinking
on how it works.
that it's really a bigger job than probably a lot of people think
takes
about.
a
'cause
lot of
the people that are
volunteers.
the volunteers that are just saying, okay, here's some toys for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds, and this is for another age group. So you all have to do all that, or some group has to do that to make sure the distributing works out well.
Yes. Right. So the Marines would do that.
Yes.
They're the responsible party for distributing it.
Fabulous.
And we've also invited the Tullahoma High School ROTC to be there that night as well.
I
because
love
they
that little
are,
group.
yeah, they're Marine ROTC.
Yeah.
So this is right up their alley.
Those young men were at the Veterans
Yes.
building or show or whatever we call it, but they were so spot on, so clean, so precise, and their outfits, they were beautiful, and they're always well disciplined, and I love the fact that they were there. I liked that program, by the way, because it had all age groups sort of performing or doing something. Anyway, that's another giving thing that we have in our community. So let's go back to the dates again and the time of the Toys for Tots.
Sure, it's Tuesday, December the 3rd, from 4 to 8. Again, 10% of the proceeds go to the Kiwanis Club, along with any cash tip that you leave,
And this
or
is-
any cash
is that
donation you want to give them.
McAllister's? This is
The
at
McAllister's Deli.
Right. And remember that it's 1500
North Jackson Street.
That's easy to remember, because I remembered it. And if you will, just give you don't have to give a lot, just give something. And I think a lot of us think about that we got to give this and this and this to family members that probably have everything in the world that they need. Let's give to some people that maybe need something.
It's an easy way to give. Bring your family, have dinner. You don't have to cook.
I know, that's perfect. And bring a toy and feel good about it.
Yes,
I think it's a wonderful thing. Is there anything, you are having have we had the craft show?
It's coming up this weekend. It's December the 22nd and the 23rd, which is Friday and Saturday. And so we will be at the Family Center at
First Methodist?
First Methodist, yes ma'am. It's located right behind them. And we'll be there from 9 to 5 on Friday, and we'll be there 9 to 4 on Saturday.
Now, I remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I went in and got all the food I needed for Christmas.
Yes.
Weren't there pies and cakes and stuff like that for sale?
The Methodist women support the craft fair by baking, and they have a bake sale. Yes, right at the front door.
Excellent.
And First Methodist needs to be honored for their gifts to this community because they're always open. All right, have we got anything else we need to say?
Come out and see us.
and the money that the Methodist women goes, it supports local charities.
Local charities. Is there?
Such
How do people that want the charity? How do they know what you have?
A lot of times they will list where these what charities we promote, like the Shepherd's House and Tullahoma Daycare and the Humane Society.
And those are always good.
Yeah, it's a number of different charities
and
over the city.
I love the fact that you're doing flags.
Oh yes.
That you're. Let's tell that one more time.
Yeah, so you had us here not too long ago discussing that as well, but the Tullahoma Kiwanis offers a Fly the Flag program, and so businesses sign up for a year, and what we do is we come out on the patriotic holidays, excuse me. So what we do is we put a flag out on the day of that holiday, usually between 6 and 7 a.m., and then we come pick that flag up. Between the hours of 4 and 6 p.m., depending upon the time change.
And then they pay so much to
it's
have
$45 a year, and we take care of the flag. If the flag needs to be replaced, we replace it.
That's awesome.
We take care of everything, and it's a wonderful way to promote and honor our country. That's something we really want to do.
And we that needs to be done every day of our lives.
Yeah.
We have a lot of backs we stand on.
That's right. That's right.
I guess we've told it all. Hope, Diane, Charlotte, thank you so much for coming and representing the Kiwanis Club and representing the giving of your facility.
Thank you.
McAllister's. We really appreciate it. And I hope you all grab your kids and your grandma and go out to eat at McAllister's on
December the 3rd from 4 to 8.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
We'll be back with something.
Smoking tobacco accounts for 3 of every 10 fire deaths in the United States.
Tullahoma Fire Department need you en route to a structure fire, 202 Main Street, heavy smoke showing. Neighbors advise child trapped inside.
Lighters, matches, and associated smoking paraphernalia are the leading cause of preschooler fire deaths. We as firefighters know that most structure fires can be prevented.
I've got one! Command, this is primary search. We have a victim. Need EMS to meet us at the front door.
Please help us to give you a fighting chance. This can be prevented. Contact the Tullahoma Fire Department for a free home safety inspection.
What's a Tennessee vacation? It starts off like any road trip, and then, boom, adventure and thrills everywhere you look, which happens to be some of the most beautiful scenery in the country. Music here, history there, and all kinds of green in between. Come relax and unwind, or bring the crowd for some stargazing. or stargazing. Whatever you do, come hungry and expect an awesome soundtrack. It's all right here in Tennessee. We're playing your song. For a free vacation guide, visit tnvacation.com.
Come on. Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
Talking history about this and that. It's Conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
Hello, everyone. I'm John Rickman.
And this is Pat Welch. And John, we are here today for segment 70 of the Conversations with John and Pat.
Moving right along, Pat.
It's momentous.
I want to do one new from as a youth. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but it won't be worried long. I went across the river and I fell down to sleep. Went across the river and I fell down to sleep. I went across the river and I fell down to sleep. When I woke up, had shackles on my feet. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but it won't be worried long. 21 links of chain wrapped around my leg. 21 links of chain wrapped around my leg. 21 links of chain wrapped around my leg, and on each link the initial of my name. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. Oh yes, it takes a worried man to sing a worried song. It takes a worried man to sing a worried song. I'm worried now, but it won't be worried long. I'm worried now, but it won't be worried long. Hot dog.
John, I don't know if I've ever heard that before. That was magnificent.
That's old as the hills, Pat.
Is it? Was it considered country or a folk song?
Folk. New Christy Minstrels, and I think the Kingston Trio maybe got a hold of it, and they changed a lot of the lyrics around. But I like the old lyrics.
Oh, so that was
and besides, they're harder to learn. Once you learn something, you just don't want to change. Hey, Pat, we're going to talk about girls basketball today.
All right.
We've talked about this. And during the time that, this is the 1974-75 season. And Tommy Whitaker coached the team. They were 18-1, and they won 7 straight tournament games until losing to the eventual state champion, Bradley County. They lost in the state semifinals 38-33 to Bradley County. And as you might know, and some of you might not, that in 1977 the rules were changed because girls basketball prior to that time was like half court 3-on-3. The girls had their own game. It was an interesting game. You had on one end of the court, girls playing offense, 3-on-3. On the other end of the court, girls were playing defense on the other side. And
as you had on both ends, you had 3 forwards and 3 guards. It wasn't complex terminology for the positions.
And there was, the guards never shot the ball. They simply, like ducks on a June bug, played good defense back at that time.
And if you had the ball and touched the line, it was a turnover.
That's right.
The guards could not take the ball into the to the forwards' court.
Once on this end, the ball, someone scored, then the ball came back to the other team at center court, and it was passed in, and it was their own game. Girls basketball was really fun to watch. I enjoyed it. It was good, and I got to say the 5-on-5's fun to watch too. But
and it's, you know, it probably helped the development of the college game.
It did. And there was pressure from colleges, like Pat Head Summit, and UT was trying to get our state to go.
I believe by the end it was just, I may be wrong, but I believe it was just us and Iowa that were still 3-on-3. But it was a neat game, and we've talked before that a lot of really the good boys coaches would go early and watch the girls game, because when the ball goes to the wing, the men's game is a 3-on-3 game, and they love to watch good girls basketball coaches to see what they were doing, especially offensively.
One thing that was easier about the girls' game was it didn't congest. You didn't have as much congestion in the middle. You take 5 players on one end of the court on each team, that's 10 players, and they sort of get in your way of running the play like you want it run. Well,
and there was another girl playing than would have, and most of the time, or some of the time, some of the guards be really quick and really aggressive and really be fun to watch, but they didn't have shooting skills and the ball handling skills enough to be, but it gave them a chance to play, and there was a young girl in my class that was a great defensive player, Charlotte Whitaker.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that team there, if when they make it to the semifinals of state, they had somebody out front that was a really good defensive player.
Put up Reba's picture there, Philip. Reba Collins was a forward. She was a good scorer, and she played. Let me see. Lynn Liggett, Joan Mealy were the players on the offense. Lynn Liggett was the ball handler.
Yeah, she was the girl out front, and she was a good shot.
And everybody probably remembers Mr. Charlie.
Right.
Charlie Liggett. He probably nudged her along to become a good player as well.
Some would say stronger than a nudge, but Charlie was a good man, or is a good man.
Reba was a real good forward, and there you see her in a pose, sort of a half hook. She was very good, and the guards for that team. Let's put up the 2 girls together there, Philip. Yeah, now that's a couple of guards going after the ball. Can you see it? That's Debbie Parrish and Sherry Seeley. Look at them.
Wow. Oh, those 2 would get after you. Now, I'll tell you that.
And then Sheila Scott. Let's show the one of her. Now, the defense was terrific that year. The forwards were terrific, but the defense were they did an excellent job. And then also the substitute.
When that ball got past half court, Debbie Parrish was on the ball handler.
That's right. And Robbie Bailey was a good substitute. We don't have her picture, but she was another good player on that team. Leanne Higgs, these are other players. Leanne Higgs, Debbie Beam, Laura Stepensky. I don't believe Stepanek. You're right, Pat. Susan Swink, Patty Key, Diane Oliver, Debbie Hill were managers. Cindy Lawson, Tammy Hale, Eileen Baker, Tammy Jones, Teresa Turner, Teresa Kirby, Annette McGee, Emma Crutchfield, Debbie Holloway, and Janet Nelms was a manager. And all 6 starters received awards during the season. The highest honor going to Debbie Parrish is not on the All-State team. Very good team. Very good memories of that team in particular. Tommy Whitaker was the coach. And I pulled this up, and we'll end on this, or close to the end. The board changed to 5-on-5.
What year did you say that was?
77.
Wow.
All of the Tennessee high schools were now fielding girls basketball teams, and administrators of the school new to the game were leading the push for the TSSAA to adopt 5-on-5 rules used by the boys as opposed to traditional 2-court 3-on-3 format. The confrontation came to a head when the U.S. District Court in Knoxville ordered the TSSAA to change 5-on-5. I can't read my writing over there. The membership, however, voted to retain the 6-on-6 format, supporting the Board of Control. To appeal the decision, they appealed the decision, but by the time the appeal got through, they were sort of leaning toward the 5-on-5 themselves because of pressure probably from college coaches. Yeah. And the Title IX type rules were coming about where boys and girls were to be treated similarly or the same. Mm-hmm. So anyway, that's a little story about and show the girls team. I was going to do that. This is a good team picture of those. And Coach Whitaker's over on the right side. And that was a great team and one of those that we'll remember, or at least folks from back at that time will remember.
Now that means too, John, that my math was right. The girls' game has been 5-on-5 for 40 years.
I was coaching at the middle school when it changed, and we were told it was going to change, and then so I got my girls ready for 5-on-5, and then we dropped back to 6-on-6, 3-on-3 rather, for the next season because they're probably in that transition period while it was being challenged.
That's interesting. I would not have thought it was 40 years ago that took place, which is another instant. A good example that you and I are a little older than we think we are.
Good to talk about these girls.
Right. All right, John, that'd probably wrap up segment 70, and a fine segment it was.
We hope so.
And we've got plenty of stories to come if management will allow it. Thank y'all.
Talking history about this and that. It's conversations with John and Pat. With John and Pat. With John and Pat.
I want to invite y'all to come by Clayton's, downtown Tullahoma. We try to serve the community, the area, and we try to help people with their feet and comfortable shoes. We still measure feet. We have a great new arch mat. We have insoles. Please come see us at Clayton's and let me help you find some comfortable shoes for those achy feet.
We're gonna fit your style. We're gonna make you smile. Service and quality at Clayton's Shoe Store. We're gonna fit your style.
My husband was diagnosed with a spinal infection. He lost his ability to swallow and the movement of his legs.
I couldn't turn over in bed, I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat.
They were just wonderful in the treatment and care they gave my husband.
I regained my mobility where I was able to go home.
It is miraculous.
Let us champion your recovery. Life Care Center of Tullahoma.
STEM is everywhere, like here, behind the scenes of The Walking Dead.
When we break down clothes, we tumble it with trisodium phosphate, rock salt, and dish detergent.
We stitched together images of our model and created a 3D set that can be walked through in a VR headset.
We're able to turn 12 walkers into 1,000 walker boards.
STEM can create new worlds on and off the screen. What will you make with STEM? Get inspired at SheCanSTEM.com.
Hi, I'm Terry Stroop with Stroop Factory Refrigeration, your #1 hometown HVAC company. We offer dependable and reliable service on all your HVAC equipment. We also offer high-efficiency trained cooling units. Call us for your cooling needs. Your comfort is what we do.
It's summer, call Stroop.
People in Tennessee are starting a movement.
Ouch. Thank you.
To clean up the litter on our roadways. Litter hurts our environment and endangers wildlife, and it affects our quality of life.
Here, grab me. Thank you.
Help keep our state litter-free.
Let's roll!
Visit NobodyTrashesTennessee.com and be a part of the solution to end littering.
Saving the best for last.
That's right. Nobody trashes Tennessee.
we got a little bit more time to spend here.
I loved having Becky Buller on the show today.
She's so talented.
I'm just crazy about her hair.
And I told her.
Talent.
Well, and that gap in her teeth, I said, don't you ever get that fixed.
Right.
That's you, not you, without that gap there.
She has done so many original songs, and I'm so thrilled that she'll be coming to South Jackson on the 8th of December. So get your tickets, everybody.
She and I have written a couple together, and I've not made it onto an album yet, but of hers, but I'd like to. I'd love to be on one of her albums. I think I've got something that'll get her.
What is it?
Huh?
You can't tell it. Can you tell it? What it is?
Not the Warrior. Yeah, the Warrior.
The Warrior?
Yeah. Because she has sung a lot about the Civil War, and you know, she and one of the, I can't remember who the mandolin guy is, who's a superstar. They did a thing about several songs about the Civil War.
Yeah.
And I've got a song. I've got that writing, The Warrior, that I think she could put some music to that, and it could be a really good song.
It would be a real good seller, I think.
Or she could do Rat Scat Diddly Doo.
Can you tell me the exact difference between bluegrass and country?
Bluegrass was originally, of course, they weren't all about old men, but bluegrass was originally all about old men, pretty much. No, it's a different style of picking. It's a different style of singing too, really. It doesn't. They tell stories, but it's wrapped more around the ability to play the instrumental side of it.
Right. Somebody told me that the bluegrass player was to country music what jazz is to other music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, pretty much. It's about instrumentation.
Right, and the very best in technique.
Right, and we got 20 seconds. Hey, we'll see you next time. This weekend is an open weekend for you, probably. I mean, there's stuff going on everywhere in Tullahoma always. And then next week is Thanksgiving, my favorite holiday.
And
then we got the Christmas parade coming up. If you want to have an ad on the Christmas parade, call me at 931-581-5238. And we'll have both Christmas parades, Tullahoma and Manchester, $100 each or $150 for both of them. Wow. Give me a call.